He was live on YouTube, camera rolling, walking the dry Arizona desert. Just a true crime streamer doing what true crime streamers do. And then he stopped. He crouched down, and right there in the dirt of a wash behind an apartment complex near Tucson, he found what appeared to be a human bone. Within minutes, the clip was everywhere. Comments were exploding. People who have been following this case for over 3 months started typing in all caps, "Was this it? Was this the moment the Nancy Guthrie case finally broke open?" Police swarmed the scene. Crime scene investigators showed up. The Pima County Medical Examiner's office was called in. Dozens of officers cordoned off the area. And then the answer came back. And it was not the answer anyone was hoping for, but it opened up a conversation that this case desperately needs right now. Today, we break it all down. Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel covers true crime, missing persons, and the stories that refuse to leave us alone. Hit subscribe because we go deep on these, and today we are going deep. Let's set the scene. May 7th, 2026, Thursday morning in Tucson, Arizona. A YouTube true crime streamer operating under the handle AJW News was filming near North Craycroft Road and East River Road, an area in the Catalina foothills of Tucson. He was out there as part of the wave of amateur sleuths who have been combing the region, frustrated by more than 3 months of silence in a case that has gripped the entire country. And then, live on camera, he found it. He came across what looked like a human leg bone and quickly called police, triggering a brief surge of speculation online that the mystery of the missing grandmother might finally be nearing resolution. He even tweeted in real time, "I'm live, human bone found." Police received a call around 9 a.m. The alert prompted a heavy response from dozens of officers, crime scene investigators, and members of the Pima County Medical Examiner's office. Now let's talk about the exact location because geography matters here. The bone was located at North Craycroft Road and East River Road, about 7 miles from Nancy's home in the Catalina foothills neighborhood. Specifically, the wash sat behind an apartment complex and near a popular bike and walking trail. 7 miles, a wash behind an apartment complex, a public trail where people walk their dogs and jog every morning. This was not some remote, hidden location. It was accessible, it was visible, and it sits in the same general region where Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home in the early hours of February 1st. You can understand why people lost their minds. According to the live stream, someone from the police department is heard telling AJ that the area is a historical burial ground. That was the first clue that this might not be what everyone feared or hoped it was. Within hours, the Tucson Police Department made their official position very clear. Officers and forensic specialists concluded they were looking at something much older and from a very different story. Responding at around 10 a.m. local time, the Tucson Police Department cordoned off the area and brought in outside experts to examine the bone. And then came the statement everyone needed to hear. Tucson Police spokesperson James Horton said, "This will be a prehistoric anthropological investigation. This is not a criminal investigation." Let that land for a second. Prehistoric. That word carries enormous weight here. This is not a recent death. This is not a crime scene. This bone has potentially been in that desert wash for decades, possibly much, much longer. Tucson police were assisted by the University of Arizona's Anthropology Department and the Pima County Office of the Medical Examiner. Authorities later said the remains were far older than the case, estimating they were at least 50 years old and possibly prehistoric, and therefore not linked to Nancy's disappearance. So university anthropologists, the medical examiner, and dozens of police officers all converging on this scene, and their collective conclusion was ancient remains, not criminal, not connected. Now, what does prehistoric actually mean in this context? In the American Southwest, that term is used by law enforcement and anthropologists to describe remains that predate modern record-keeping, often indigenous remains that belong to communities who lived in that region long before Tucson was Tucson. The Catalina foothills area, for context, sits near land with deep Native American historical significance. This is not unheard of in Arizona desert terrain. The spokesperson confirmed that the finding was not criminal in nature. Case closed. for this specific discovery, but not for the case of Nancy Guthrie. Here is the detail that made the internet spiral even harder, and it is worth talking about because it speaks to the emotional reality this family is living through every single day. This comes after reports that Nancy's daughter, Today co-anchor Savannah Guthrie, abruptly left the program mid-show on Wednesday, May 6th, the day before the bone discovery. Her co-anchor, Craig Melvin, told viewers that Savannah had to leave a little early and would be right back tomorrow, though. One day before human remains are found near her mother's home, Savannah Guthrie walks off the set of the Today Show mid-broadcast. Guthrie returned the following day, Thursday, May 7th, and a source told Page 6 that she had stepped out for some sort of appointment, and her unexpected exit had nothing to do with Nancy. But the timing still rattled people, and here's why. The Daily Mail previously reported that NBC came up with a secret code to notify Guthrie of any development in Nancy's pace while she's on air. Under the alleged system, if producers tell Guthrie she's needed off-set, it signals a major update in the case, and she would be pulled from the broadcast. "We would pull her immediately, mid-segment if we had to," an insider explained. So when Savannah disappeared from the set on May 6th with no real explanation, and then a bone turned up 7 miles from her mother's home on May 7th, the public connected those dots fast. It turned out to be coincidental, but it shows you how raw and on edge this community is. Every single movement, every departure, every silence is being watched and analyzed. There has been no direct official statement from the Guthrie family specifically about the bone discovery, and honestly, that silence probably says everything. Think about what it feels like to be in their position. You have spent over 3 months not knowing where your mother is. Every new headline, every tip, every discovery, every development lands like a punch to the chest before you even know what it is. And then a YouTuber goes live and finds a bone 7 miles from your mom's house, and the entire internet floods your notifications asking if it's her. Leading up to her April return to Today, Savannah admitted her family has been in agony since her mother was abducted from her home in the middle of the night. As Savannah put it, she needs to come home now. That's a daughter speaking, not an anchor, not a public figure doing damage control. Just a daughter who wants her mother home. Sunday, May 11th, Mother's Day, marked the first Mother's Day since Nancy was reported missing. Savannah's husband, Mike Feldman, posted a public Instagram tribute addressed to his wife, writing, "To the strongest person I know, surrounding you with love on Mother's Day." Savannah herself did not publicly address the holiday. The family also shared a post about Nancy with photos and a video of her saying, "Miss you," with a caption that read, "Mother, daughter, sister, Noni, we miss you with every breath. We will never stop looking for you. We will never be at peace until we find you. We need help. Someone knows something that can make the difference. Someone knows something that can make the difference." That is the line that stays with you. So, the bone was ruled out, but the investigation itself is very much still alive. The latest real development is that a rootless hair has been sent to the FBI lab in Quantico for testing, which could be significant if they can figure out if there's any DNA on the hair that could trace back to a possible suspect. The Pima County Sheriff's Department, leading the investigation with the FBI's assistance, confirmed this month that the case remains active and ongoing. Expert profiler Dr. Casey Jordan put the suspect's age at 27 to 28 years old and added, "Definitely lives locally, probably not there anymore. I think he was either eliminated by a puppet master or he fled, and it's the closest border, and that's where he would go." Dr. Ann Burgess commented that the abductor has probably quit his job, broken up with his partner, and is likely doing odd jobs to get by. So the profile being painted by experts is this: a young, locally based individual, possibly operating under someone else's direction, who has since gone underground, changed his life, and is either hiding or has been silenced. And the hair at Quantico could blow the whole thing open. Here's the bottom line on this week's discovery. The bone was not Nancy. The police ruled it prehistoric. The investigation is not over. The family is still waiting, and the reward, more than $1.2 million, still stands for anyone with information that cracks this case. The tip line is Tucson's 88 Crime at 520-882-7463. This case is 100 days old and still has no arrest, no confirmed sighting, no named suspect. But the DNA lab at Quantico is working. The FBI is working, and a family spent their first Mother's Day without the woman they are still fighting to find. If you know anything at all, make that call. Drop a comment, subscribe, share this video, and I will see you when the next update drops. Because in this case, it's never long before something else surfaces.